This episode is sponsored by Tilted.
You know it. See it? You see it there? Right there. That's it.
We only smoke on the best.
Only smoking the best. And honestly, this stuff smells just like the cannabis that you'd get when you were buying it from your guy, and it was just that clean, just fresh from the fucking farm. You know what I'm saying?
And it looks beautiful. Like the nugs are just shiny. They're the right size.
And sometimes, you know when you sometimes smell some weed and you're like, wow, that reminds me of like some good OG weed. This exact same feeling here. So definitely check them out.
Light some up?
Look at this. They got a whole line for us, bro.
Yeah, fuck. We got everything.
We got some fucking rosin.
I'm really excited about the live rosin.
And we got some fucking cards. So thank you, Tilted. We appreciate you guys sponsoring the episode, the pod. You guys are great. And,
we're excited to smoke on your guys' weed.
Hell yeah, we'll spark some up during the pod. And
this is gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hell yeah.
What is up, everyone? This is episode 3 of the After I Got High podcast. My name is ChimneyGriff.
And I'm Kai, as you know.
And we're ready to roll.
Ready to roll?
How you doing? Let's start this off by lighting up today.
Dude, speaking of lighting up, today's sponsor of the podcast, Tilted. Honestly, so crazy. The fire that they dropped off for us is insane. Thank you guys so much for
really pretty
dropping off some product for us.
Really pretty.
It's the presentation of it too. Like,
there's gonna be hash in this.
I know.
Oh, we're gonna be baked.
Are we both smoking our own?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, brother.
Well, you got it, bro. It's only a 40-minute episode. Come on, we'll be fine. But let's light up.
As you know, this is the After I Got High podcast, and it wouldn't be an After I Got High podcast unless we were telling stories after we got high.
Yeah, that is true. That is like the biggest part of it.
I'm smoking on some hash.
But it's not only telling stories. It's sharing successes too.
That's true.
I really like that part of it because there are so many people in this industry that built whatever they built after they got high.
That's true.
And
that's true. Or even outside of this industry.
As much as it's about people's getting high stories.
Yeah.
This is also about what do you do after you get high. There's a lot of different things you do after you get high.
Tons of things.
Like for me, I do this shit. I like to be creative.
Yep.
I like to build this imaginary world that I built for myself.
Let's go.
And for a lot of different people, it's a lot of different things. Like for you, it's also kind of the creative world. You like to be editing. 100%. You like to be making content too.
The only reason I can attribute any sort of creativity to my cannabis consumption is that when I smoke, it changes the perspective of which you view your art, you view your craft, or whatever it is you have in front of you, especially as a photographer. Like it changes and shifts the mind, you know? Yo, what are you smoking? I'm smoking hash burger. What does yours say on the bottom?
Oh, the same, man.
I think they gave us a bunch of different ones.
I'm smoking ripped off runs.
Nice.
Bro, you know, I was just trying to smoke it when it had the little thing in it still.
You're trying to pull it with that little
I don't know, bro. I thought it was just, I've never had one of these.
Cheers.
I've never had one of these. These are fucking fancy. This is some Bellevue shit.
Fuck, dude. That's awesome. These are great. I love it. Yeah, this is really tasty. And it's got a glass tip on it, and it's just fucking, it's smooth as hell. Like,
so, what do you think about our podcast so far? How do you feel like we've been doing? First few, two
I mean, if you haven't noticed, we're in a completely different setup now, and this is the podcast studio at the moment, and it's honestly so sick.
Yeah, guys, we kind of upgraded. One of our homies happened to have a studio, and we were like, can we use it? And he was like, yeah. And now we're in a high quality, high production, and we're about to get very high. You can throw that cough. For a dude that works out every day, that cough don't sound that good.
Oh, shut up.
I don't know. My cough is not as bad as yours, which is shocking. Like, I don't know. I feel like it would be pretty similar.
I like over-exaggerate my coughs so that they'd get over faster.
Do you think smoking joints or taking bong rips is worse for you? Out of curiosity.
I think... I mean, there's a few things to consider, right? One of them being whether or not you want to take into account your smoking paper.
Mm-hmm. And you have, I think we've taken account of everything.
Well, with the bong rip, you're getting significantly more smoke in the sense that you're inhaling like a fucking, what could be sometimes like a quarter of a gram or a half of a gram in a bowl. Maybe half a gram is like a little exaggerated, but depending on the size of your bowl, you know what I'm saying? It's a tough...
You're taking a lot of smoke.
It's a lot of smoke, yeah. So if you're like back-to-back ripping fucking.
But it's also, is it better to go quick, like in and out, or should it be like, is it better that's like over 30 minutes that your lungs are just having smoke in them nonstop?
I don't know. That's like a.
This is science. We need to bring a scientist on here.
I think that would be a great segment to do, is learning about like the healthiest ways to smoke. Obviously, the healthiest way to smoke is to not smoke, but I think
bullshit.
You don't think so?
I don't agree.
I think a lot of it though. I think a lot of it stems from the fact that if you're constantly smoking all the time, yeah, anything is bad for you, right? But if there's vaping alternatives, there's volcano vapes, there's all kinds of.
I've heard about the volcanoes. Like I've ripped them before.
I have one.
I don't get it. Where you're ripping out of plastic. Like it can't be that much better.
You're not ripping out of plastic.
Isn't that thing? Isn't the volcano like the plastic thing?
Yeah,
that
but that's
up?
not what you're burning and combusting. It's combusting. It's not even combusting. It's heating up and vaporizing in a metal chamber, and that metal chamber is then pushing the vapor into the turkey bag. And it's usually like, if you guys don't know what a volcano is, first of all, it's a vaporizing device that you can plug in. It heats up your cannabis to the point where it starts to turn into a misty vape, as they call it, and it fills this bag with this white, cloudy mist. Ooh. And honestly, it's the tastiest way to consume your weed, and you will be so much more stoned than you have ever been in your. I don't know if it's like a blood-brain barrier thing, if it gets to you faster, but fucking. Oh, I just burped on the pod. Sorry, guys. You're gonna get used to that.
You're a burper.
But yeah, a volcano is definitely like a party trick more so. It's not. I mean, it could be a daily driver if you want it, but I like smoking.
Yeah, I like smoking too.
I like the process.
I like smoking. I like taking bong rips.
I'm a fan of the process.
I like how quick it is. I like how much smoke hits me at once. I like that I go like, just my brain just gets destroyed every time I take a bong rip. Where like when I smoke a J, I can't get high enough from smoking J's.
Yeah.
Like I like to get high. Where were we at?
Dude, we're just smoking on this fire-ass weed.
Yeah, this is fucking great. This is fucking great, bro.
Cooked.
But I'm enjoying the podcast. I feel like this is a whole new form of content for me.
Bro, look at where we're sitting.
Yeah, we're sitting.
Look at how we got it right now. Like
we're just smoking some weed.
Bro,
there's nothing better. I look forward to this.
Man.
I look forward to having a conversation.
Yep.
Where we just smoke a fucking J.
Buddy, let's just put this right here.
And we chill. Yeah, that's smart. You're being strategic. So should we read some stories?
Let's read some stories.
I feel like it's time for a little story break.
I'm down.
Where'd I put my phone? We good.
Oh, man, I'm probably like taking up a lot of the screen with my feet right now, but I don't care because it's comfortable. Anyways, Jim's looking up a story. I want to tell you guys about something real quick while he's scrolling
You go.
through.
I have a story.
So on the last episode, and actually this might be on the Patreon episode, but I mentioned cleaning your bong, and I want to reiterate this. There is science behind why you should change your bong water. You change your bong water because like any body of water, if it sits, it's going to grow bacteria, and your weed water from your bong is not immune to that. That is a very strong possibility.
But my lungs be sounding healthier.
I guess you change your bong water. You said you change your water once a week, which is kind of nuts. And you leave it outside, I imagine.
I fucking leave that bong outside way too many nights.
You probably have tadpoles in your bong.
You know, I do look in there, and it is pretty nasty.
Yeah, that's gross.
But I feel good.
To finish my point, though, even though he's a degenerate, I think you should change and clean your bong. Actually, change your bong water and clean it. Because if you're smoking, you should genuinely be caring about the process too. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your body.
Oh, it is really important, and that's why we need more science. And until we have more science, we don't know shit, which is very frustrating. So let's get some real scientists out here.
Oh my gosh!
And let's figure it out for us.
If you're a cannabis scientist,
but if they say bong rips are not good, I'm not listening. I don't really care. All right, let's read a story.
You know why I'm coughing too? There's fucking hash in this.
Oh, you're not used to the hash.
These are hash
the hashish.
This is not just like
the hashish. All right, let's read a story. All right. About like 2 years ago, I was smoking a joint with my coworker in an alley in the back of the Walmart we've been working at. And we've been homies for a few years. And I got some low-key dank-ass weed. And we smoked that shit and went into work gassed as fuck. About like 30 minutes later, I see homeboy munching on a whole family-sized bag of chips in the bathroom, just looking in the mirror. I fell to the floor dying. That's funny. I would love that moment. Like,
dude,
that's
honestly,
one of those moments you just want to see.
Honestly, that takes me just right back to being like working at a place that I didn't necessarily care about if I worked there or not. So I would be stoned at work. I would take bong rips in the parking lot and just go back into work thinking nobody knew I was stoned. But looking back, like Everybody knows you're stoned when you're fucking getting high at work. I worked at Mod.
Oh, yeah.
I worked at Mod Pizza, bro. I'm ripping the bong.
But that's acceptable. If you're working service job, you're allowed to.
I mean, handling food, you probably should be sober. I feel
maybe, but it's pizza.
It is.
So you're not like
and Mod Pizza's pretty chill for sure. They're really chill.
I didn't know you worked at Mod Pizza.
I did work at Mod Pizza. Yeah.
What do you recommend?
I would recommend Mod Pizza.
Eating there?
Yes.
It's good pizza.
Yep. It's good pizza.
I like it.
I haven't had it in a few years, but when I worked there, it was like I described it as being the like Marine Corps of pizza making. Like you're literally just grinding out these pizzas all day. It's like Subway style pizza. So you're just building these fucking
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's probably a lot of work. You're going.
You're sweating.
That's crazy.
And there's rushes and shit. Yeah, it's nuts.
Have I told you about how I did construction?
No. What the fuck?
So, I'm not meant to be doing construction.
I know that. That's for sure.
So my sophomore year of college, summer, I go to work for my girlfriend's dad, who was in construction.
Oh boy.
So I remember just getting baked every single day on the job. Like midday, I'd rip the card. When I went to get them Dunkin', I'd rip the card. And I'd come back so fucking geeked. And I was incompetent. I was so bad. Like they didn't have me doing anything real. Like I used to just like look at the wood and flip it. And like you have to show like one direction the wood's going. So I didn't have like a real job there, but
you were just standing around,
doing nothing. My girlfriend's dad was like, "This kid's screwed. Like he's no skills."
If he heard this right now, would he be?
He would agree. He would totally agree with everything I'm saying. I remember one memory. He had me clean out his truck. Okay, this is what he put me. I ripped the cart a bunch, and he had me clean his. So I was ripping the cart back then a lot, and he had me clean his truck, bro. And the toolbox. So I go to like move the toolbox, and the toolbox accidentally opens up, and all the tools just fall out of it. So for the next 20 minutes, I have to put all the tools back in the box, and I close the box, and I go to put it back away, and it opens up again, and all the tools fall out of it.
Wait, dude.
And then I go and try to do the same thing. I put it back in, and I close it, and then it opens all up and falls. And he's watching me from like afar. I spent an hour and a half,
like,
bro, trying to put tools in the toolbox.
Look at this fucking idiot.
All right, but this is even more of the story, which is going to get even more interesting. So every day I used to whip home as fast as I could so I could get home before anybody else to take dabs. Because like he was always going to be after me like an hour, so I'd whip home. I had like a glass nectar collector at the time, so like you look like you're doing crack.
Yeah, it looks so cracky.
It looks so.
Yeah, nectar collectors look cracky if you got the wrong one.
Yeah. So every day I'd get home and I'd rip dabs, and that's actually the one day I was ripping dabs in the backyard, and I go inside and my girlfriend's sister is there, and I was newer to the family, so I started telling her about my love for weed and all this stuff, and I get back outside and I sit in the hot tub, in their hot tub, and I start thinking to myself, and I'm like, I get high to do everything. I just got high to talk to my girlfriend's sister. I need to share the stories. I need to have a way to share the stories of me getting high.
Yeah.
And that's when I thought of After I Got High.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, that's actually the OG story, and that's such a shit story. Such a shit story.
I thought it started in Barcelona.
And then I started actually working on it a month or two later when I got to Barcelona.
Now you've connected the dots.
So that's actually how After I Got High was formed, and it was from a terrible story. And the stories have very much advanced since then. Thank goodness.
Hell yeah! But that's a great segue into another story.
That's what I was about to give you. All right, perfect, bro. You can read whenever I've the list.
What do we got? All right, Jesus. All right.
This is good weed, bro. Good hands.
I was going home from a party at college, and there were people doing a bake sale. So I bought a brownie to eat while I smoked. I proceeded to eat and finish it while I was outside. But at one point, I must have forgotten that I had finished the brownie already. So I reached into my bag and grabbed what I thought was the brownie. Popped it into my mouth. It was a nug.
That's good.
I ate the whole nug, dude. No fucking way.
He ate the whole nug?
I mean...
That's terrible. I hope it was like a tiny little nug. Like, that's nasty.
It couldn't hurt you, you know what I'm saying? And you're not going to get high from it. That's something I'd like to teach you all too, actually, is you can't get high from eating fucking nugs. Don't waste your time doing that or anything.
You remember when you were a kid and you actually thought that was like a possibility?
Yeah, and that's the thing is it is a possibility in certain animals.
If it's what?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Dogs.
Dogs would get high from eating weed?
If a dog eats your nug, they will get high. Their stomach contains the acid that breaks it down and gives them high.
Why don't we have that?
I would not. I wouldn't want it.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be. Then we wouldn't be smoking. Then they would have never found out about smoking.
I just need you to think for a second about this.
Like, it would have been nasty. That sounds gross. And wouldn't a dog be smart enough not to eat it?
Brother, take a bite.
I don't want to take a bite.
Brother, take a bite.
I don't want to take a bite.
It's a Scooby snap. Should I take a bite too?
No. That was a bad decision. Why did I listen to you? That's disrespectful to Tilted.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's disrespectful to Tilted.
Funny.
That's meant to be smoked.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, it was not that untasty.
I wouldn't.
I know, but like, I'm honestly impressed with the taste of it. So clearly, really good nugs.
Yeah, super tasty. Tilted, it's edible grade. All right.
So I've never asked you, like, what kind of strains are you looking for, like, in general for you?
In general. So I'll start with saying that if I can find it, I look for things that are as close to landrace as possible. And that sounds pretentious as fuck. But in my eyes, if I'm smoking something that I know the origin of where it came from, I can easily understand why it was grown the way it was grown, the type of weed it is, the type of like high I might be expecting from the terpene profile. I'm really into all that, and you know that. So you asked a pretty innocent question. I went sciencey on it, but I'd say I'm looking for things that are like as close to landrace as possible. So
landrace?
Landrace.
What's that?
So landrace is when you find a strain of cannabis that was grown originally and found originally in a place. So Thailand.
Oh, you like the OGs.
So like if you go to Thailand, you'll find places that have landrace cannabis. That are
really?
Yes, 100%. So this cannabis has been growing in Thailand since the beginning. Yeah, exactly. It's a strain from there.
Wow.
So like
it's not crossed over yet.
No,
it's just
all pure. Pure.
And you've had a lot of those?
I haven't, no. But I've had a few that are close, and that's kind of the strains I like to gravitate towards. They're hard to find, and they're far and few between because a lot of people like to cross things, and that's obviously how we get the cannabis that we get today. But what I was going to say to answer your question is you can find landrace in certain dispensaries if you ask for the right things. If you ask for highest THC, or you come in asking for give me the thing that'll give me the most stoned, you're not going to get to the goods. You need to know the right questions to ask. Look up your terpene charts, terpene profiles, look into the things that you are going to be consuming and see how they're going to affect your body. If you're smoking certain terpenes, you're going to get a way better experience from what you're looking for, depending upon what you're trying to do, right? You know, so that's, I mean, in a long way.
I feel like it's so hard to know what you like, though, because like...
Not if you've been smoking for a while.
I guess, but even me who's been smoking for a while, it's like I didn't pay that much attention to it until recently. Like I would just get good shit. Like I trusted what I was getting. And
you came from a place where you had no illusion of choice.
And also I didn't even know what terpenes were. Like I don't think I knew the word terpene until literally the past 3 years. Correct me
if I'm wrong, though. When you lived on the East Coast, it wasn't legal, right?
It was not legal.
You're buying black market, right?
Where you don't really know what you're getting.
We've had the option of like choice with cannabis for probably the past most of my adult life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So having you moved out here, 3 years ago? You only now are introduced to variety in this way.
Yeah, there's so much fucking variety. It's crazy.
I do have a taste because You've
been here for so long. Well, not people from Washington, like...
Not even that. It's just I've been smoking different brands forever.
You know what I started appreciating recently? Edibles again.
Yeah, like, you've been eating edibles.
But you know what my issue was? I think I've been only buying indica edibles for the past 2 years.
Indica.
And they smack, and I get dry mouth every time. I mean, I like how they smack, but then I get terrible dry mouth. Yeah. And I tried these sativa edibles the past week or two.
You're buzzing.
And I've been loving them.
That's awesome.
Loving them. So maybe it's just for me, sativa edibles might be the move. Like I didn't realize that.
What's your strain? What are you looking for?
When I'm buying weed,
I have an idea of what it smells like because you've always told me what it smells like. When you're looking for,
I like gassy.
When you look for strains, what do you?
I like gassy. Like I used to like I only knew a few. So, like I used to love Gorilla Glue, and I used to love the cart strains because classic. I learned like this. I honestly think I learned the flavors of strains from carts.
From carts?
Yeah, because a good Gorilla Glue cart, you would taste the Gorilla Glue. It was super clear.
That's true.
So I feel like that was low-key valuable, other than they probably screwed up my lungs. Like, they really taught me what flavors I liked. Like, Sour Diesel was fire.
You'll get a different Oh yeah, sour diesel's an OG straight from these guys.
Especially when it's from the cart.
But with carts, what's interesting is that you get that distilled terpene flavor, right? So like when we're smoking it, we're getting smoke, ash, fire, burning. You know, like you don't get the same effect with the dab pen. I don't necessarily enjoy dab pens, but I will hit this one because Tilted let us fucking have some for the pod, and I'm excited to see what it's like. But what I will say about carts are you get such a crazy terpene experience from a variety of fucking strains that you can get in different brands. A lot of it comes from how it's now a concentrate. You're not just smoking, like I said, like burning, combusting something. You're not getting a smoky flavor.
What's up with the flavor? There's such a strong flavor. Like I'm just starting to get into hash, into like, you know, hash rosin and stuff like that. And you actually get like a sweet candy flavor when you smoke really good hash rosin. It tastes like you're taking, like it's candy. Yep. It's like,
oh my God.
It's the only other form of that type of flavor without it being an actual food or something, you know?
I think to answer your question more accurately, because when you're doing things like hash rosins, like that's like about as pure as you can get with concentrates. Like BHO and fucking things that are in carts typically are not. Carts don't have the capability of burning rosin. You're not going to get hash rosin in a cart. That's not a thing. But BHO, diamond extract, whatever sauce, whatever you want to call it, can be put into carts, and you're going to get a crazier terpene profile out of hash rosin because it's like a more pure.
Have you ever smoked with any like true dab connoisseurs? Yes. Like dab connoisseurs, like they have like $1,000 rigs. And
no, $1,000 is not even a blink of an eye, bro. There's rigs out there that are like 30 grand, 40, 50, 100 grand. Like,
and have you ever ripped?
I've handled some rigs that are probably in the $13,000 to $14,000.
Holy shit! I haven't done it yet. Like, I've seen them. I've never been offered one
because
yet.
that has died. That culture has died. Unfortunately, in this area, I feel like there was.
Why is that?
I don't know. There was such an emphasis on it a few years ago, maybe a decade ago. Even was like this prime time for. I feel like glass was like, people were trading
thousands of dollars in glass.
No, Griffin, tens of thousands of dollars. They were trading $20,000 pieces for each other. Like insane, and people are getting pendants that are the same quality by the same glass makers that blow the rig, and these pendants are in the thousands too.
How did that start though? Like, where are these people with this kind of money that are spending it on glass? Like a lot of times, like those industries somehow get like a crazy evaluation. Like Illidale, there was because of the Facebook page, you created it.
Illidale's also just a good brand. It's just
great.
Consistent,
great bongs. Yeah,
it's a consistent brand. Same like Roar. German shot glass is great, but with these fine artists that are doing glass like that, like think about this. This is the cool part about art. You value something at 10 grand. Now you have an asset, and that asset is now tradable for other assets of more value to the next person.
But you can just say it's 10 grand and it's worth $20. Like
exactly. Especially with something, but this is like we're talking about fine art for the most part.
Yeah,
like these pieces you're hitting, like some of these artists. I'll even shout some about like Buck Glass. Go look at Buck Glass. His shit's insane. There's a couple of locals, like this guy. What is his name? Knuckles Glass. Fire. He's a local. I smoke out of his pipes all the time. Like that's the only pipe that I use. And then what other locals are there? There's a couple of really, really heady guys in Bellingham that do some shit. There's Mothership Glass, obviously. Have you heard of Mothership?
Yeah. I interviewed Scott Deppy. I told you about that.
Oh, that's right. Well, he kind of like...
He joined in on the interview, but it's still a sick piece of content.
Yeah, that's like the Lost Files, bro.
I was there, yeah. So this is a while ago. I was at an event.
You tell the story?
Not the full story, but I'll go into a little bit. I was at an event, and I got the opportunity. I was interviewing this guy, and he brings over... He's like, yo, come here. And he goes to this guy named Scott Deppy, and this guy named Scott Deppy comes into the frame, and I was not the one who was asking questions, but the dude who invited him on was asking Scott questions. So it wasn't my standard type of interview. If you guys have seen my interviews, normally I'm the one interviewing
You'll
them.
probably never see the interview.
It probably won't ever go out to the public.
Unless you subscribe to the Patreon highest level.
Yeah. It's like I'm standing there with the mic, but I don't actually get to ask any of the questions.
If you support the pod for $50 a month, you can watch this.
I'm kidding. $10 a month. They won't have it, bro.
Eventually, though, literally, like we've been talking about this and kind of hinting at it, eventually we will have a Patreon or a place where you guys can subscribe to get like the behind the scenes shit that we do. You can meet the people that fucking do the shit that we do, the people that are around.
You guys get all the behind the scenes stuff that we're not willing to put out to the public.
Oh my
because
God, that hurt. I don't even
want to.
That's so nice, but I'm so high already. Oh, I'm cooked.
No, but like that's the thing. Like behind the scenes, there's so much behind this content that I don't want the public to have access to. No, so for the true like homies that are the fans, they're welcome to see it, but it's not open to anybody.
No, well, we haven't opened a Patreon yet.
Do you know how many clips I have on my phone?
Probably too many.
Too many. Like when I make one vlog, it's 100 clips. My whole day, I'm just walking around like this.
I know.
Recording myself, which is crazy. Yeah. And it's so funny. There's this new dude that just moved to Seattle who blew up really quickly, just being like, yo, I moved to Seattle. Like, where's the best spots? And he started posting on TikTok, and he somehow lives in my neighborhood, and he's the only other person that I see just walking around the streets with the phone.
Influencing.
We look like fools. We do.
You're influencing.
There needs to be a better way, because when you're walking around talking to your phone, it's just this strange thing that people aren't supposed to be doing.
100%. 100%.
Like, you're not.
I get it. I mean, it looks strange.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I posted a few days ago my story. It's like, I don't think with how I think I'm in like the 0.0001% of like cell time of all time. Like, that can't be good. How much time? Like, we're a million times ahead of anyone before us of how much time we spend online. Like, there's no way humans were meant to do this.
No,
like, we were not meant to put 10 hours a day on our phone.
Of course not. Why do you think we have such a problem with it? Why do you think people are addicted to it?
I mean, we're so much more intellectual than I feel like.
We're more intellectual, but at what cost?
We're taking in so much content.
But at what cost?
We don't know what the cost is yet.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know how it's gonna affect us.
You know how
20 years down the line.
You know how you got to look at it though, is you got to kind of approach it as if it were a drug. Like, you can't look at it as just technology. You have to look at it as like sorcery.
I have the worst control over myself, because I know, like, you're not supposed to look at it first thing in the morning.
Nope.
What do I do every morning?
First fucking thing, dude.
Right? Come on, you do the first.
I guess my girlfriend gets so upset with me, bro. She's like,
I cannot. There's no way I cannot look at my phone.
And it's like, I actually need to respect the fact that, like, that morning time is like how you set the fucking standard for your day, bro.
It's so important. But we do a shit ass job anyway.
It's okay. So but we're improving, bro.
Clearly it's addicting.
What, phones?
Like, maybe there should be, like, if weed's illegal, how is phones not illegal? Like, it's just as bad.
Well, you got to understand, these things are fucking, this is not just a phone, it's a weapon, bro. This thing is in your hand to fucking hypnotize you.
And you know what the other issue is? Troll accounts. I've started enjoying a little bit in the trolling, and it's so much fun, and you feel so much energy when you say something mean to somebody, and it's so fucked up, and people are becoming immune to that. They're doing it all the time.
Well, it's reminiscent of Xbox Live, bro. You play Xbox Live?
Yeah, for sure.
I always separate people between people who experienced Xbox Live.
I wasn't on all the time.
And people who didn't. Because people who experienced Xbox Live are not concerned with, like, any sort of offense. Like, they're
I think my parents were smart. They didn't really, like, let me have it.
What about South Park? Did you grow up watching South Park?
No.
Wow.
I watched Family Guy, but I never really watched. I was not.
I just feel like I grew up a part of, like, a group of kids that were like, we had to, like, I didn't have tough skin. For my friend group, they were fucking mean to me, and I got upset about it. But nowadays, I have tougher skin, and, like, I feel like because of being, like, bullied on Xbox, like, I gained some character.
When were they giving you shit? Like, how old were you? Was this high school, middle school?
I started playing Xbox probably like 10 years old.
And that's when you were getting bullied, or was it like in school?
No, not in school.
Just on Xbox.
I got bullied in school.
Bro?
You guys want to hear a story about me getting bullied? I got bullied by a girl in school.
Wow, that's pretty lame.
I was in, like, first grade. I know, dude. Oh my god.
You got bullied in first grade by a girl?
By a girl, dude.
I've done.
I don't remember her last name, but her name was Kylie, dude, and I liked this girl, bro.
Hot.
I don't even know if that was, like, it. I just liked the way. Yeah, I guess I liked the way she looked.
Must have, yeah. What the fuck?
But she was like a fifth grader or like a fourth grader. She was older than me. I don't even know if she's like. I don't.
Bro,
even know.
I like that. You were into older girls. That's what respect.
Oh my gosh! But I thought she was cute, right? And, like, people, it got word to her, and bro, she would stand across the fucking, like, lineup in the morning when we were at the buses and do this to me.
No way.
I swear, bro.
No way.
I swear. The first bully I ever had in my life.
She would intimidate
me. Like, pretend she's like threaten, like, from across the.
Do you remember?
I'll never forget that.
Why don't you call her out right now?
I called her out. Kylie. I don't remember her last name, but Kylie.
But not cool.
Bro, listen.
Not cool.
I liked this girl so much that I named my hamster Kylie.
You want to hear something mean I did?
Listen, do you hear that?
Wait, now? You know you did.
I named my hamster.
No, you did. That's whack. That's whack.
I was like 10, bro.
They
or like fucking 9 or something.
You named your hamster
after a girl I liked.
But that's
honorable.
After she started being mean to you, or like before?
Probably during.
During. So you kind of liked it.
But no, I mean, she was always out of reach, bro. She was a 5th grader. I was just a 1st grader. You know
you were so much younger.
Or a 3rd. She was ahead of us. Like,
that's you. I respect that, bro. You were like looking up early on. Yeah.
I don't know. I just was like.
I have a mean story. I don't even know if this is worth sharing, but I did some mean things too.
Be careful.
I don't know. It's not that.
You were bullying kids?
I was. Yeah, I bullied a girl.
Oh, Chimney.
I was in like 3rd. Actually, I was in like 3rd grade.
Were you a class clown type bully, or were you just picking on this person?
I just no. Want to hear it? So this girl had like a clear crush on me, and I did not think she was cute. So I guess it was like Valentine's Day, and I wrote everyone a card, of course, and I said, "You're okay." I gave her a Valentine's card and said, "You're okay." That's all I said on the card. And of course I got caught because my dumbass thought, she would not. I wouldn't know. And she would. I think they checked like who didn't give her a card.
That is so mean.
I was the only one that didn't write my name. I didn't even sign it.
What, Y-O-U-R or just
I think I just said you. I probably said it wrong. I probably spelled it wrong.
Oh my, how old were you?
Like 3rd grade, 2nd grade. Like I was such a dick. Such a dick. That was not cool. I remember I don't even know why I remember this story, but I remember a few years later being like, did I really do that to that chick? Like that was not cool.
You probably caused some like trauma.
Oh, she
definitely questioned her like,
when you're that young and you get that.
You take
I definitely took hits. I took plenty of hits as well.
Dude, when you're a kid, you catch strays all the time from family members, friends. They be talking shit.
Oh my god!
I can think back to it. Like parents like really roast you with their friends.
Bro,
like they're
my parents love breaking rules.
God.
Like they love to break into things. My dad used to always have us break into things, and we'd always get caught. So I will not break any rules. I'm like I hate it. Like I do not. Like you'd see like do not enter sign on like some land, and you'd be like, okay, we're going here. Like he just loved or Disneyland, it would be like the backwards entrance. He'd be like, oh, let's try to sneak in. Like he just liked to break into things.
What the hell?
My dad's a weirdo, bro. He likes to break.
Dude.
He likes to like break. So for me, we used to get caught every time. Like he'd always like make me do shit too. And I'd get caught, bro. So I absolutely hate being rejected. Like I have because at a young age, when you get thrown into those things, and I got rejected. I'm not good at getting away with things. That's what I learned at a young age. Like every time they try to have me do shit like that, I got caught. Like so there were 5 of us. There's 5 of us in my family. So for hotels, we'd get one room, and it's only supposed to be 4 people.
Right.
And I'm the oldest, or boy. Yeah. So I'd always have to sneak in. And, they didn't want to show that there was a full family there. So it was always my fault. Bro, I don't know. That stuff that shit sticks with you forever. That's why I started smoking weed. I was like, fuck these. My parents really made me get rejected. The worst. Honestly, if that's the worst that could have happened, thank you, mom and dad.
This is what I'm saying. As a kid, you catch strays, and sometimes you catch the direct ones too.
It builds you.
Yeah, but it does.
Every little one of those things. If everything was perfect, I would not give a shit about anything.
Fuck no.
Can you imagine if your life was so easy?
No.
Like there's somebody watching this and that has had the easiest life.
For sure.
That's crazy.
And guess what? The way we're sitting right now, we look like we got it pretty easy too.
Yeah, and somebody's dealing with a really hard life.
I want to stop for a second, and I want you all to think about this. And this is a big deal to me, and I do this often because I had one time gone to a third world country, and it gave me some perspective. I'll tell you the story about it later. I don't want to allude to it too much, but I want to tell you, you're watching this on a phone or a computer. Take a second to realize that there are some people that you hand that to, they wouldn't have no clue what to do with it because they've never seen that sort of technology. They don't even have clean water. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that literally drink out of puddles. I've seen it with my eyes.
That's terrible.
And it's not like just National Geographic. Like the shit's real. Like, so if you're watching this on any sort of technology, like just know you got it good and be thankful for it to whatever God or whatever fucking entity you believe in, because this shit's real, dude. You're lucky. You're very lucky.
But I do gotta say that there is something to say about their lifestyle there. Some of it's really good. Like, think about it. Like their families all stay together.
Yeah.
They're all like it feels like it's a lot more back like it used to be, like 20 years ago. It's still kind of there.
More than 20.
Maybe all right, but like there was not
the traditional American family dynamic is not the same.
Yeah, I get that, but like kids would like hang out with each other outside and stuff like that. Like I'd gone to a few like third world countries, and they have all these friends. There's a lot of like
Where'd
stuff.
you go?
I've been to Peru.
Okay, is that third world?
I don't know, maybe second world.
Okay, I don't know what class.
I went to Cuba.
I don't think that's third world.
Semi? No, second world?
I don't think so. It's probably pretty close. I mean,
I guess I haven't been in any true third world countries.
The place I went to Haiti for a little bit.
Oh, that's really third world.
That's the poorest.
Oh my God! What did you do in Haiti?
I was on a little religious journey.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, how old were you?
Probably 14 or 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I was young, and or maybe 16, 17. But we went there to assist with like planting trees and digging like bathroom areas, and I went with like a religious like idea, but like I didn't. While I was there, I realized like, man, like I just want to help people. I don't really care about the whole
religious part of it.
Religious like message.
I respect that, bro. Yeah.
And so like when you're there seeing that shit, dude, I'm not even fucking with you. Like I came home and my whole life changed. Like,
I feel
everything
changed. Gives you a lot of like understanding.
Bro. Oh my God, the fact that I can pick up this fucking water bottle and take a sip out of it.
It's crazy that they don't have well, I hope it's better now. I hope at this point there's been a lot of support for them.
I would hope so too, but I mean,
like, how hard is it to give them freaking filters?
It's not. That's the thing. It's just that there's not enough of like a return for people to decide to help other people. And they all have their own issues too, right? Like different countries have their different issues. But while I was there, what I did learn was like, bro, you could be literally standing on this beach and it's fucking white sand. It's gorgeous. You're looking out at the sunset. You're in Haiti. Like, it's crazy. And then the guy next to you will go, yeah, you can't swim here though, because a Navy ship spilled 100,000 syringes in this bay.
Oh my God, are you serious?
No one cleaned it up.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not even bullshitting.
That's so sad.
And so you can't swim in this beautiful location. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these people that live in these villages, dude, it's crazy. The world is crazy out there. Like,
there's a lot of fucked up things that happen. You got to think about it.
We have it so good.
It's ran by humans, this whole world, so there's going to be a lot of mistakes. At the end of the day, like, there's going to be oil spillages. It's just like we don't have control over a lot of these things.
We don't, but we have control over people. We should have control over the people that do.
Well, need help. There needs to be. We have control over who can help these people out.
To a degree.
To a degree.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, we need to come through a little bit better.
I think we will. I think so. I think we're in the right
I think it's good now that with social media. It's like it's easy for people to get attention now.
And it's easy for people to supply their message to the world. Mm-hmm. Whatever the fuck you believe in, too. I don't give a shit. I genuinely don't. Like, from the bottom of my heart. But it gives you the opportunity to speak, as it should.
Yeah.
As it should, especially podcasts. And if you've made it this far into the podcast, you're a fucking rider. And I hope to see you at the next one.
Appreciate it. You want to hear a crazy story?
Let's hear it.
About my trip in Peru?
Yes.
Has nothing to do with weed, other than, like, I remember we were like 14 or 15 and my homies were trying to get weed then, and I wasn't going to smoke because I was like, I didn't want to get rejected. I didn't like doing that and shit, you know? But this is an interesting story. So we went to this shaman one day as a group. I was with a group.
Okay.
And we go to the shaman and they have all these, like, magical stuff. If you don't know what a shaman is, it's like this mysterious magic, like, healing person.
Yeah, like a medicine man.
Okay? So we go to the shaman up on this mountain one day, and he's talking to us in his language, and there's all these different things, and they're passing it around. And my two homies are, like, fucking around. We're in the back, and they're fucking around. They're just, like, playing with the shit, throwing it around.
Oh, no.
One of them's, like, screaming, you know, this is we're young, so they're, like, making sounds in the back and shit like that.
Kids, yeah.
And whatever. And I don't fuck around, but I'm with them. I'm witnessing them do it. So we get back to our shelter, and I think how it started was, what was it? Yeah, okay, so one of the kids is taking a shower. And all of a sudden we hear from somebody, yo, he passed out. So one of the kids that was with me that was fucking around with the shaman passes out in the shower.
Oh, no.
So we're like, all right, whatever. It's not a big deal at that point. We're like, we go get him help. I guess they brought him to the hospital or whatever. He'd cut his head a little bit. So we're playing around, whatever. We're not too worried about it. We're playing football. And then the other kid, while trying to go for a catch, his hand goes through the window. Okay, so I'm thinking in my mind, I'm next because I was with them. These two dudes just got fucked from the shaman. That's what I'm thinking,
guilty
bro.
by association.
Hey, we're going to Machu Picchu in the next day or two.
Oh, no.
And I'm thinking, this is going to happen when we're on the hike because it comes in threes, you know? Things come in threes.
Uh-oh.
I was fine. We were good, bro. But how crazy is it that my two homies
nothing happened to you?
No, I was good. I didn't fuck around, so I ended up being good. But how crazy is it that my two homies fucked around with the shaman and found out?
That's not crazy. I believe it.
Bro,
I believe it.
That's like the first thing that made me like kind of believe in like spirits and shit like that. I was like,
wait, so were you genuinely can say that you weren't fucking around like they were? Like, no, they were being disrespectful.
They were being disrespectful, and I wasn't, and they got.
And you
both
did
of them
it. And why didn't you?
Because I'm not disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I was just not a disrespectful kid. I just didn't do that kind of shit.
You should have told your friends, like,
no, I wasn't thinking they were going to get fucked. I wasn't in a position. I was being quiet. I was just seeing them be idiots.
Yeah.
But like, that was crazy.
Damn, so they didn't get to go to Machu Picchu.
No, they did. One kid cut his hand and had to get a Band-Aid.
But he had to go to the hospital in Peru. That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, he probably had an interesting experience doing that. But no, that Peru trip was awesome. That was probably one of the coolest adventures I've ever had.
That's so sick, dude.
Like, I wonder if I had started smoking then, what my life, like if I was up on the mountain smoking weed in Machu Picchu, that would have been pretty cool.
I don't know. I feel like you'd have like a really spiritual experience.
I feel like you would.
Smoke at Machu Picchu.
Bro, did I tell you that some random dude DM'd me and invited us to like...
Yes. Yes.
Where the fuck was that? We're going
Kathmandu in fucking Nepal.
Should we go?
I'm down.
Yo, that'd be a crazy ass.
But like,
vlog.
you know what we got to do? We have to like altitude adjust and all that shit.
Yeah,
That's
but
like,
he's gonna get us fire ass weed. That's what he said. He said we got the best weed in the world. Come visit us.
oh Lord.
So we're gonna go to Nepal and we're gonna film the whole thing and go hang out with this homie. That's one of our followers.
Oh, God.
He's a trekker too. He brings people on treks.
No, we're not doing the fucking. We're not doing.
Come on, you've been working out.
You want to do Mount Everest?
Game. I don't know if we do Mount Everest, but we go up a little bit.
I'm down. Fuck it.
If we're there, should we send that? That'd be the craziest vlog ever.
Yeah, one of us is gonna throw
hope
up.
this
One of
dude's
us is gonna throw up for sure, and I'm really scared it's gonna be me, and I don't want to be.
Come on, we just gotta get in shape for it. That's no big deal.
No, altitude is gonna make us fucking fucked.
I don't know, bro, but we can do some cool ass vlogs
We totally
like that.
could. I'm down.
Like,
bro, you only live fucking once, right?
yeah, think about
Fuck
in the
that.
people we might meet, these stoners in these other countries. They're doing it differently than us. I want to see how they're doing.
That would be so nuts. Bro,
wanna see
honestly,
what
we
they're
should go to.
smoking.
We need to go to like.
Amsterdam's mainstream.
No, we need to start. Not Amsterdam. I was going to say
What were you
Amsterdam.
saying?
We need to go to cities here, different cities here, and smoke cannabis with people.
You know what I want to check out? There's like a golf
Like legal
course.
markets that are dope.
There's a golf course in Washington that has a dispensary on it.
Whoa, oh, we should. I don't.
Isn't that
even
really
golf, but
cool?
That's cool.
Like that's the only thing you would find in Washington.
Yeah,
Do you want to read another story?
we should. Let's do
All
it.
right, you want to read this one?
I do.
Here, go
I
for
love
it.
reading these stories.
I know
it's
you
such
do.
an honor to read these stories. Which one?
I think you should read that one. I think
Smaller-
you'll appreciate that one. I think you'll appreciate that
Oh
one.
my gosh. Okay. After I got high, I took a shit at my girlfriend's house and forgot to flush it.
Keep reading. Keep reading.
And her mom went in after me and freaked out.
I really appreciated that.
That's so shitty.
No, that's so good. That's so good. I feel like that would definitely happen
Oh,
to me.
fuck, that's
that
funny.
would definitely happen to me. Like, it only happens if
Oh.
you're high. I'll flush as long as I'm fucking
No,
good.
dude, that's a funny argument to have because I like instinctually flush. There's no times I just forget.
You know what's funny? Actually, I've met too many stories. I need to stop smoking because the issue with smoking is they make stories. Smoking makes stories, so that's why you guys should all smoke weed. But you know what happened? So I was a lot of these stories happened at my girlfriend's house. So it was like early on when I was dating her, their parents were not cool with me smoking,
Of course not.
at all.
What parents
And
would?
they told me I was not allowed to bring stuff there. And I remember one time I was there, I decided for some reason I thought let's rip the card in the bathroom because
no.
that's a good space to do it. You know,
Oh,
often I feel
no.
like the mom went in like 10 minutes after me, was like came out and told my girlfriend, she's like, why did like the bathroom reek of weed or whatever? And like I was like, I'm sorry, like whatever. My girlfriend dealt with it, but like they always would tell her, and then she would tell me, and I was like, I never got mad. They never got mad.
I was gonna say, what would happen? Would you get like told you
kicked
can't
out?
go over there?
Yeah, I don't know. That would not happen. So like I was chilling. I really didn't really care. Oh, the craziest shit has happened.
Bro, have I ever told you that you remind me of my friend Duncan?
I think you maybe have.
Bro, I grew up with this kid in
Need to be
Oregon.
Duncan.
You're a great person to be Duncan. Like Duncan was one of my like best friends, and I still would be homies with him myself.
Listen to this.
Bro, you remind me just like him.
That's
bro.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's cool.
Yo, listen to this. All right, there's another story at their house.
Oh,
So,
boy.
Finally, one night I remember like sneaking out to go smoke. And somehow it was like late, like 11 o'clock, okay? And that's what I did when I was at their house. I just like, when everyone went to sleep, I'd go out and
Where
smoke.
was sneaking out for you? Going into like trash can or
Just
like,
going out front and going into like the
Were you
near the
secretive
trees.
about it?
I was tried to.
Okay.
So I tried to do it this one time, and all of a sudden the whole family, I come back and the whole family's at the front window or front door. They thought somebody was trying to break in. Like the ring camera caught it or something, and they thought somebody was trying to break in. And I was just coming back in from smoking, and then after my girlfriend had to have a conversation with her family and was like, yo, Griffin uses weed to go to sleep. Like, it is like, you know.
it became clinical right there.
And then after that, it was all good. I used to walk outside every night and like I'd lock the door and come back in.
Bro,
But, yeah.
You have some stories with cannabis.
I just have been smoking. I've smoked almost every day for the past 8 years and did in a lot of like questionable times that like I too many stories.
Too many stories.
Like every week's a story. Like now I just vlog it all. And I low-key feel like it was probably better when I was getting so high and I was just out of it 24/7, you know?
Wait, do we get any questions we want to
Yeah, let's answer some questions before we call it a podcast. We got plenty of questions.
Plenty of questions.
So guys, we're going to keep doing this, but on my story, I'm going to just ask you guys for questions. So make sure to, if you guys don't already follow ChimneyGriff.
Submit them.
Follow
me.
Kai.
Yeah. Check out my
let's
fucking,
see what. All right, let's read.
my fucking page, mate.
What's the future of weed smoke? No.
What's the future of weed smoke?
Yeah, I don't know what that kind of question is. That doesn't really make sense.
Fave munchie snack for...
First time you got caught by your parents.
It's a great story.
It's a
great story. It's a great
love
story.
Stories, bro.
We do love stories.
We love stories.
This is a great example of why we do this.
Yes.
Dude, we smoked weed, and it was like me and probably 3 or 4 of my closest friends at the time. And I told the story of the first time I got high, but I didn't tell what happened after. I fucking went home and told on myself, like, immediately. I fucking ratted myself and all my friends out. I was like, we smoked weed.
So you were tweaking?
And I'm a bad kid, and I'm so sorry, and I promise I'll go to church on Sunday. Like,
Were you tweaking?
I was tweaking, dude. Well,
I
didn't get high, but I felt, I was tweaking off guilt. I was tweaking off guilt. I was like, because my whole life I've been so transparent, bro. My parents knew everything.
Same.
I always told my parents shit because if I told my parents shit, I wouldn't get in trouble for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it took some of them getting acquainted with weed, but I totally fucking ratted on myself. So I never got caught.
I think my parents were most chill fit in the beginning because they didn't think I was going to turn into this big of a pothead.
But my friends, bro, were fucking pissed, bro. My friends were so mad at me.
Because their parents find out?
Fucking rat. I can't believe you did that.
No, that sounds miserable.
You ratted on us like that. I was like, no, like, and you know what's funny though? At the end of the day, it ended up resulting in being able to smoke at my house when you wanted to. So you could come over and get stoned, and you wouldn't get in trouble.
You were the house that was chill.
It became the house that was chill because I was honest from the jump, and my parents knew it was up. And
I did that same thing with my parents.
And then it was a safe zone because then my parents are thinking, oh God, he's smoking weed, and if he's smoking weed, he's probably going to drive or be around people driving.
Yep, they'd rather you
Let's
there.
just have him do it at the house.
That's huge.
Dude.
Did you have a good setup? Did you have...
Hell yeah.
You have nice basement?
Austin can speak about the fucking setup, bro.
What was the setup?
That setup traveled through time, bro. That was the shack.
You guys had a shack.
It was called the shack.
Was it cold?
God, the story of the shack. I almost like, this is such a potent story. There needs to be a whole fucking episode around it. Like, oh, what if we did an episode in the shack? Anyway, the shack was my spot. Bro. Every day after school, fucking blunts. I'd have like, at one point,
you were doing this all high school.
In high school, towards the end of high school. So my last year of high school, we had this thing in my backyard, and it was this shed that had drywall on the inside, had a window in the back, it had electricity.
So nice. That's so hype.
It had carpet in the bottom.
So it's warm?
Yeah, I could put a heater in there. It was great. It was great.
Sick.
But we would draw a Sharpie all over the walls and write shit, and we'd write like music schedules. People would sign in how many joints they smoked or how many blunts went around. The most people I had in there was 18 people, bro.
What?
18 people on my fucking birthday, dude.
Jesus. How did you fit 18 people in
I have no idea, bro.
Are you sure?
It was between 18 and 16. No, there was like, so we had a row of, the back row had at least 5. So it was me and then 2 friends on both sides.
Yeah.
And then probably, I'd say at least 4 down each side. So another 4. And then we had a soccer bench in the front that would have, you could fit at least like 5-6 people.
So sick.
Bro. Oh my God. But the horrible part about it was on my birthday when I had all those people there was 3 girls that I don't know for what fucking reason in high school they were smoking cigarettes, but they all smoked cigarettes at the same time. And they were smoking cigarettes in tandem. They would finish one and light another one.
What the fuck?
All 3 of them would do it. And it was just, I was just like, you guys gotta go.
Yeah,
like,
you know they're still smoking cigs to this day.
No, yeah. And they got kids and all that shit too.
Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah, if they remember that and you remember that, I'm gonna laugh. I'm not gonna say your fucking name. Like, that's hilarious as fuck. But
bro, that's
the shack, dude. Yeah, the shack was tight. It was such a cool space because like Austin, like I said, Austin can attest to it, bro. We would just have this space to like there'd be a
You guys were allowed to actually smoke inside. You guys were always. Me and my friends were always in the fucking woods.
Yeah, see, that was for a while though. Yeah. That was the case. Like it wasn't, bro. The shack was not easy earned.
The woods is such a sketchy place to smoke too.
Because then you just start tweaking out over sounds and like cops and shit. Oh. I'd love to tell stories about us getting caught by the cops. I don't know if you've ever
caught too.
Hell yeah, as a kid, yeah, fuck yeah.
I was chilling. I finessed.
Oh man, I have some stories for that, but that's.
I think we got to save that for the next episode. Let's go through one more question.
All right, let's do it.
Why are you so handsome? No.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, they're talking about you.
Oh man, I don't know. My parents got good genetics, I guess.
Let's go. This is a good question. For you, actually, I'm interested to hear your answer because I think this is fair.
Just answer.
Do you think it's okay for a 16-year-old to be smoking with parent consent and an actual reason behind it?
Yes. Yep.
You want to expand?
I'd like to expand on that by saying, as a 16-year-old, I really wish that my parents endorsed a medical license for me to use cannabis legally.
Bro, I was actually talking to my mom about this yesterday because we still have the conversation all the time where she's like, how much are you smoking? She still thinks of it as like similar to alcohol. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, I truly think of cannabis as a medicine for me. Like, I'm a brain that's going 1,000 miles per hour. I'm never comfortable. I never can just sit back and relax. Like, I'm always like either too hot or too cold or something.
Yeah.
Cannabis just moderates me.
Wow.
And they don't understand that. Neither of my parents have been able to understand that. But like, that's the issue with it. It's so stigmatized to be just like equivalent to alcohol. It's such a different thing.
So different.
It's so different.
Shouldn't even be governed by
and
the
you know,
same.
and also I realize that there are a lot of people out there that don't have the same brain as me. So maybe it doesn't add that like value that adds in my life. And like with my whole family, like maybe it didn't do the same thing for my parents. But for me, it works really well. It helps me be creative. It helps me get shit done.
Yep.
And for that reason, like I feel like people need to look at it differently. I think we need to change like the public perception because it's not alcohol.
It's slowly shifting.
People are starting to appreciate it more.
It's slowly shifting.
They're starting to appreciate it.
Think about it. It's gone. There's Netflix shows that are talking about weed. There's all kinds of public.
People love it. They get so excited.
It's becoming a thing for sure.
They get so excited.
It's not far from.
Yo, when you guys have Thanksgiving this next week,
That's right.
see what your family thinks about weed. Be like, have you guys?
This probably won't come out.
No, have the conversation come up. That's my favorite thing. I love making the family.
What was the question? I forget the question. What is
about being able to smoke weed when you're 16 or whatever. And I totally agree. I think if there is medical value and you can legally do it and your parents give you consent because they understand, why wouldn't you?
In Washington State,
if it's helping you, do it.
In Washington State, you need, I believe it's 2 family members that don't live in the same household and a doctor's consent. Or actually, maybe it's 1 family member and a doctor's consent. You need a doctor's at a younger age, I believe. Or you could have gone, I don't know. There might be rules that I'm missing out on. But as soon as I turned of age to grow, I wanted to grow. So I went and got my license and I can grow up to 15 plants.
That's crazy.
Which is fucking great. If you grow, I mean, it's hard.
I do think it's also smart for them to consider, there could be long-term effects. So like as much as, you do it, you're also under 25.
Absolutely.
And your brain's still developing.
Absolutely.
So like there is going to be some risk, but at the end of the day, that's your decision.
And there's no getting around that too. Some people just aren't made for, some people cannabis is just not for them.
It's not made for everyone.
Yeah, it's not. You can learn that pretty quick, or sometimes you learn kind of slow.
No, you'll see which homies of yours freak out on it and don't do well. And they're probably the homie that you expected to not do well on it. Yeah. And that's just some people's bodies don't work well with it.
I don't really smoke a lot of people much anymore. I smoke with you. And
I did, but when I was in college, I smoked with a lot of different people.
I bet.
And there were some people that would tweak out, like legitimately tweak out and become a dick.
And it's not fun to be around.
Become a dick.
Oh, that's weird.
Like I remember this one person, I might even call him out, Leone, you fucking dick. No, he was a fucking prick, bro. Whenever he smoked, he would become like, he wouldn't even see, even when he was just around us smoking, he'd be a prick. So maybe he was just a dick in general, but
don't be that way.
Don't hang around dicks, guys. It's not fun.
Well, just don't be that way. It's just cannabis, bro. Go fucking.
Just be a good vibe. Give people good energy. You're so bad at that, bro.
Sorry, bro.
But at the end of the day, give out good vibes. Give out good energy.
What's wrong with burping on the podcast?
I don't know. Some people don't like burps.
That's true.
Like some people might have just have been like, eh.
I can cut that out.
You might have just grossed out a few people, bro.
That's okay. Who cares?
Well, they might care.
Well, that's fine.
I guess you don't care.
I don't give a fuck. I drink protein. I have to drink protein, and protein makes me burp. Sorry, I'm a fucking.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
I respect that.
But it's not farts.
What were we just saying? I don't remember. But I think that's a great way to end the podcast.
I think so too. I'm fucking high.
When we start zoning out, that means we did a good job.
Dude,
that means we smoked some weed.
Yeah, it means we mission accomplished.
Hell yeah. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment.
And if you enjoyed it, reach out to us, comment, say some stuff to us in the DMs.
Also cop the merch.
Get some merch too. The merch is really solid and thick.
We don't got a lot of pieces left, so make sure if you guys are going to get it ASAP because, all the sizes are starting to sell out, so there is limited quantity.
Eventually, there'll be merch for the After I Got High podcast.
We'll make some custom ass shit. It's going to be cool. We're going to be doing a lot of cool things, so this is just the beginning. But thank you guys.
Yep. See ya.